Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to LMC Varsity Sports presentation of Mamaroneck Varsity Basketball. With Charlie McGraw, I'm Stephen Astis, coming to you from the Palmer Gym at Mamaroneck High School. Charlie, we have a fantastic matchup in the championship game of the Tigers tournament. Rye Garnets versus the Mamaroneck Tigers. How do you see this game going?
Yeah, two Goliaths there. Class A Rye, Class AA Mamaroneck. Should be a good game, should be a close one. Both won easily yesterday, and Mamaroneck beat Hamilton, and Rye killed, they beat Ardsley by more than 20 points. So it should be a good one, and it definitely has the billings of almost a playoff game here, Steve. This championship game, everyone's hyped, trying to beat the snow, and it should be a great game.
Definitely all of that and more. Both teams sitting in 7th place in their respective Class A and Class AA divisions of Section 1. So this is going to be a fantastic matchup. We'll be back in just a moment with the opening tip here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now to introduce the starting lineups for today's championship game. First, for the visiting Garnets of Rye High School, a 5'11" junior guard, number 1, Matthew Tefedino. A 6'1" senior guard, number 5, Troy Egan. A 6-foot junior guard, number 11, Quinn Kelly. A 6'1" senior forward, number 12, Ryan Lopp. And a 6'1" senior forward, number 21, Thomas Flaherty. The assistant coach, Mr. Bart DiNardo, and the Garnets head coach, Mr. John Aguilar. And now let's meet the starters for the Mamaroneck Tigers. A 6'1" senior forward, number 20, Shane Smith. A 6'1" senior guard, number 5, co-captain Gavin Zanghini. A 5'10" senior guard, number 3, co-captain Ethan Renner. A 5'11" senior guard, number 21, Tommy Martin. And a 6'5" senior forward, number 24, co-captain Will Schnarkledy. The assistant coaches, Mr. Matt Mr. Greg Cuddy, Mr. Robert Cruz, Mr. Trevor Gibney, and the head coach of the Tigers in his 14th season, Mr. Tyrell Barber Jr.
Here we are for the opening tip. Tapped back by Rye. Renner able to corral it, goes to the rim, unable to come up with the shot, and has it taken away. Tefedino brings it into the front court for Rye. Gets it over to his backcourt mate Troy Egan, and Egan will set up from the right wing.
See how the Tigers defense looks here, Steve, man-to-man right now.
Mamaroneck definitely has the height advantage, but height didn't matter there, as a nice job cutting into the lane
Troy Egan.
was Troy Egan for the first points of the game. Contact on the sideline. Tommy Martin comes down with the ball, but he steps out of bounds. So the second turnover in a row for Mamaroneck.
Not a good start for the Tigers. 2 turnovers in a row. Right on the sidelines there. It's tight with the crowd as well. That didn't help.
Egan gets the ball over to Flaherty. Flaherty looking for Kelly and finds the junior forward. Shot goes up off the glass. Second bench shot in a row for Rye, and the Garnets lead 4-0.
Matt Tepedino with the basket.
Oh, they don't call a foul again. Instead, they call it off of Troy Egan's leg. So Mamaroneck retains possession.
It looked like an obvious blocking foul, and then it looked like it would have been off Mamaroneck, but instead they wash it and give it to the Tigers.
Yeah, Shane Smith definitely absorbed some contact there.
He's used to it with being the football running back star.
3-point shot is good for Ethan Renner.
Good pass from Smith.
Egan gets it over to Lop. Travel is the call on Lop. So first turnover for Rye. Gives the ball back to Mamaroneck with the chance to take the lead here in the early going.
Yeah, just 1 minute and 45 seconds gone by. 4-3. Tigers did a good job to avoid a turnover on their last possession, but they turn it over again, number 3.
3 turnovers in a row for Mamaroneck. Or not in a row, but in the first 4 possessions.
And it could have been 4 too with that call. Not a good start. Maybe a little nervous.
Offensive foul called on Egan. Great job by Gavin Zangini getting in the way and taking the contact, going to the ground to draw the charge.
Egan had the first basket and he's looked good on offense, so maybe get another foul, send him to the bench.
You know that Rye is going to continue to employ the press with the success they've had so far here in the early going. Martin has it on the wing, gets it back over to Renner. Thinks about the 3, gets it to Zangini for 3. Rims out. Shane Smith fights for the rebound, tips it to Tommy Martin. Renner for 3. Off to the right, rebound brought in by Flaherty, and Rye's coming the other way. The 3-pointer by Kelly is no good. Rebound by Flaherty. Gets it over to Tepedino, and he brings it out. Tepedino now gets it over to Kelly for another 3-point attempt, and this time it's good from straight away.
Good pass from Tepedino.
So Rye pushes the lead back up to 4, 7-3. Once again, Mamaroneck having some issues getting it over half court. Able to do so here. They get it to Zangini. Turned over yet again. Tepedino this time with the takeaway. And Tepedino with a nice spin move, Charlie, but didn't have the handle fully, and so he turns it over out of bounds.
Got away with a foul. Looked like a foul on the other side that caused the turnover, but they didn't call it. And then he brought it and turned it over himself. Tommy Martin.
Oh, and just like that, another turnover, this time on the offensive foul by Tommy Martin. He tried to employ the spin move as well, but he ran the defender over while doing so.
It'll be easy to lose track, but that's 5 turnovers already for Mamaroneck. More turnovers than points so far.
Definitely not the start they were looking for against this talented Rye squad. Flaherty has it, gets it over to Kelly. Kelly double teamed for a moment, and then Smith goes back to Flaherty. So it's Ethan Renner on Colin Kelly. Kelly pulls up for 3 and drains it again. It's now 10-3 Rye.
Might need a timeout for Coach Carver soon, especially if you turn it over here. You can't turn it over again. You need a basket.
Zangini has it taken away. Here comes Kelly the other way, goes up to the rim. He is fouled by Ethan Renner from behind, and Kelly will go to the line for 2. 3:46 remaining.
Ethan Renner, first on Renner, second on the team.
Mamaroneck is going to have to try and figure this out here as the game goes on. They cannot continue this torrid pace of turnovers.
6 and 7 points for Kelly. 2 threes and a free throw with 1 more coming. He's on a, I don't think he's missed a shot either. took those 2 threes into that too. They got fouled. Now he's got 8 points.
So now 12-3. Rye Garnet's average over 61 points per game. Mamaroneck was up in the mid-60s themselves, but that 3-game losing streak brought their scoring average way down to 56 per game.
Martin hesitated there, and then he shot it. If he initially went for it, he might have got a foul call to shoot 2, but instead he misses the shot after hesitating.
3-point attempt from Tepedema, and he drains it. And Carver finally calls timeout, down 15-3. 3:17 remaining in the first quarter. Mamaroneck staring at a big first quarter deficit. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Varsity Sports. Renner will inbound to Shane Smith. They lay off on the press. Frankly, I'm not sure why, Charlie, the press has been so effective, although they've also been taking the ball away in the front, in the half court.
Yeah, it's been about 4 in the front and maybe 2 pressing, and with the 6 turnovers. But right out of the timeout, I think maybe if when they score a basket again, they'll probably go back to it.
Kick ball gives the ball back to Mamaroneck, and another turnover as Tommy Martin shuffles his feet before he gives the ball up to Renner.
Double team too. That's not what you want out of the timeout, and a touchdown worth of turnovers. 5 minutes gone by in this one. 7 turnovers from Mamaroneck. Not good.
28 turnovers for a game would be horrible for an NBA team that's playing 48 minutes. High school is only 32 minutes as Kelly is short but follows his shot and has it taken away momentarily by Martin. Gets it back. Martin tries to bring the rebound down. Renner sends it inbounds, and it is actually on the line. So Rye will keep possession and a new shot clock. 2:30 remaining in the first quarter.
Wild sequence there, Steve, and Rye keeps it. Mamaroneck needs to end this quarter. Final 2:25 here on cut the deficit. You can't go into the second quarter down by more than 12.
It's rare that you're going to say, as Colin Kelly hits another 3, that you need a stop and a score in the first quarter, but there it is. They're down 15.
And Quinn Kelly has 11 of the 18. So Quinn Kelly, 11 of the 18 for Rye. He's outscoring as Tommy Martin gets one to go. First basket since the only other basket, the Renner 3. That was about 4 minutes ago. And he'll go to the line for an N1, but still, Quinn Kelly 11, Mamaroneck 5.
I've been calling Quinn Colin because there is a Colin Kelly in Ryeneck. I've been mixing them up. So he converts the 3-point play,
A big
cutting
one.
it to a 12-point deficit here with just under 2 to play. They're looking for the hot hand as Kelly now has it out beyond the 3-point line. Oh, and he shoots it from pro 3. Tommy Martin gets the rebound. Mamaroneck looks to push it.
Just a little far there. Kelly, the only one on the court with a long sleeve shirt underneath his jersey.
Gavin Zingini with his first offensive possession dribbles it off his foot for the 8th turnover here in the first quarter.
For number 3, Japanese.
What do you think of this, Steve? They're a little rushed, a little nervous, a little out of place. I mean, they knew Rye's good and they can't do this. It's just, I mean, what do you think there?
I wouldn't have been shocked, Charlie, if it had happened in yesterday's game, coming off a 3-game losing streak.
Right.
But after a convincing victory, you have to figure that they were going to relax a little bit. But here they are, playing really tight here in the first quarter.
8 turnovers because of the tightness.
Foul called on Renner there as he bodies Kelly up. Kelly with some fancy dribbling, trying to get past the point guard.
Second. Third. For the Tigers, number 15.
Second foul, the team's third, and Ryan McIntyre comes in to spell the senior co-captain. Keep him out of foul trouble. He's gotten himself into early foul trouble here for the first time in an LMC TV broadcast.
And Plunkett in too. Thomas Plunkett in for the Tigers' big body guarding the Sam Poole, who just came in for Rye.
Shot by Kelly's no good. Offensive rebound by Neve, and the foul. He's going to go to the line for a three-point play.
Tommy Martin with the foul. Neve just came in, gets the immediate rebound. McIntyre has to come off the bench and immediately guard Kelly. He'll take Kelly out now. And he did a good job. He missed the shot, but then nobody boxed out Neve. Martin's got
long with the free throw attempt. McIntyre now bringing it into the front court with 36 seconds remaining. Zingini looks for Plunkett. He's double teamed, drives the baseline, gets inside, lays it up, and is fouled. He will go to the line for two with 29 seconds remaining. Here in the first, 20-6 is the score.
Mamaroneck's got to keep doing that, bringing it inside and trying to draw the fouls, make the refs blow the whistle, and get to the line. And as Neve with his first.
Zangini a little strong at the line.
When
you draw the fouls, you got to make the free throw.
Second one is good, so it's now 20-7. Everything has been going Rye's way here in the first quarter. They will hold for the final possession of the first. Get the ball over to Jack Neve. Rosenstadt now to Egan. Egan holds it, 10 seconds left. Egan with the shot, no good, rebounded by Plunkett, and that will do it for the first quarter. Rye comes out on fire from three. Mamaroneck chock full of turnovers. The score at the end of one. It is the Rye Garnets 20, the Mamaroneck Tigers 7, here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Back here on LMC TV alongside Steven Assis, I'm Charlie McGraw, as they'll start in Rafael Velasquez checks in for Rye for the first time, and he'll have the ball in his hands, and he'll pass to Zach Rosenstadt. Back to Velasquez. Velasquez, nice cross-court pass, and the three is an air ball. And look at Velasquez, the newcomer, off the bench, sneaks in for the rebound after the really nice pass, and then gets two, so the bench guys can play some too, Steve.
And Rye seemingly using a very deep bench, whereas Mamaroneck uses a rather short bench. Plunkett down low is one of the only reserves that they use, and he hasn't taken away.
Plunkett and McIntyre, who's also in. But that could not be good for Mamaroneck, as fresher players in for Rye. And Rye passes here. And the three. Raining and pouring now, as that is good. Coach Carver with his second. The Rye fans are going crazy, and Rosenstadt's three makes it 25-7. So this was not how this game we envisioned it would be. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, so it just took a minute and 3 seconds, and Coach Carver had to use his second timeout, as Rye has a 5-0 lead in this period, and they led 20-7 after one, and it'll go inside to Sharkazy, and he'll miss a shot. Not only though, and it goes off there. Oh, and he switches his call, the official, so to stay with Mamaroneck. But Steve, not only are they turning it over with the 8-9 turnovers, but they're missing a lot of shots.
They're starting to tighten up, and they're getting a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Nice pass, and Plunkett high off the glass and good.
One thing that Thomas Plunkett has been throughout the 2 seasons on varsity is a settling element on the offensive end. He plays a very calm game on offense, and he's a very capable scorer. So hopefully he's able to provide that offensive punch here for Mamaroneck today.
Zingini gave him a nice pass, but also he's just a junior still too. And that's three from way downtown. Matt Tepedino, and it is 28-9. Tepedino's got 8 to go along with Quinn Kelly's 11, who's still on the bench. A foul.
Rye is shooting well over 50% from three-point range. This is like watching the Golden State Warriors play right now.
30, Rafael Velasquez, his first team's fourth.
One thing is for certain, Charlie, you have to assume that they cannot keep up this pace because based on that first quarter score, it would be an 80-28 final. You have to assume it's going to be a different result than that.
4 new subs about to check in for Rye as well. So the Garnets getting their hockey line change coming. Tommy Martin pumps like he's going to shoot the 3. Goes inside. And nice! Put back by Sharkey. That's what the Tigers have to do. They have to put in their offensive rebounds. And it's 28-11. But you also need to get stops and not allow them to score again. And bring the score back up to 19 or 20 if they make a 3. And that shot will be off the back iron, and you got the rebound, and they do, as it was missed by Poole and rebounded by Sharkazy. And the Tigers' finger roll, no good, over the back, called on Plunkett. A good call though, is that he was climbing up on him,
Basically lying on top of his back. The problem there was he leapt for the rebound and the ball sat up on the rim for an extra quarter of a second, and he came back down still trying to reach for the ball to gain possession, and that's when you commit a foul.
So they'll try a press here.
They've got to do something to try and disrupt what Rye is trying to do here.
Quinn Kelly back in with his 11 points, and he turns it over to Quinn Kelly. Tommy Martin gets the steal as it was tipped by Zucchini, and Martin takes a little bad step there, but he looks to be okay. Count the basket! Blocked and it's good for Zucchini, and the Tigers make it 28-13 and one to come.
So as poorly as they've played here in the first half, Charlie, at 28-13, if they can come up with a couple of defensive stands and get a couple of baskets and cut this down to single digits going into the half, they've got to consider themselves very fortunate. And once again, as I stated, there's no way you can expect Rye to continue shooting them out of the gym the way that they have here in the early going.
Egan has it. And that 3. Let's go by Kelly once again. Kelly's got 14 points, 11 in the first quarter, and he just came back into the game after going to the bench with a minute to go in that first quarter. And he gets the steal right back. Not a good offensive possession. Turnover number 10. Good pass. And a layup good for Tepedino. And like Steve said before, almost looking like Curry and Green and the Warriors. They're just running circles around Mamaroneck.
This has been difficult goings on for Mamaroneck here in the first half. They cannot seem to find a rhythm on the offensive end. Everything they've found has been from a sort of scramble, improvisational situation. Now down by 19 again.
Foul was on Neve, his second. Quinn Kelly out of bounds when he tried to save it. Good call by the official, and it'll stay with Mamaroneck. As nearly that was turnover number 11, although we might have missed 1 or 2. But 10 turnovers unofficially, and that's an air ball for a 2 for
Sharkazy on the baseline jumper there. Here's Kelly again from the corner.
Jeez Louise.
Stop, Charlie.
Somebody call the fire department. Quinn Kelly is on fire. He has 6 points in this quarter in about a minute and a half, and 11. He's got 17, and the Tigers have 14. So we'll see if the Tigers can beat Quinn Kelly as they trail by 22 in what is turning into a laughter here on LMC Varsity Sports. Wow. 36-14. Coach Carter has already used half his timeouts after that one. He's got 3 of his 6 remaining, and since he took 3, nice pass, and that's good for now. But now they need to play defense.
from
Sharkazy to Plunkett. Plunkett's got 4. And double team, well, you can't double team Kelly because you got other good players.
Is it me, Charlie, or does that feel like the first properly executed offensive play from Mamaroneck in the entire first half?
Right, and that's a wide open 3, but he misses it because it wasn't Kelly, it was Egan. And that shot off the glass and a little too strong by wrong part of the glass from Renner, and a nice pass and a miss on the layup. Crazy, they missed a layup and then a foul.
And that is the 3rd foul on Renner. So he might have to take a seat again. We'll see if Carver brings in McIntyre or leads Renner in with 3 fouls.
Now he'll put in Tommy
Number 12 is back in for Rye. And for the Tigers,
Martin barely went to the table there.
Back on the floor.
Didn't even buzz him in, but they,
Renner.
at this point, 36-16, 2:45 to go. Steve, what? Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, obviously, stop the turnovers and that. But in this final 2:45, what do you want to see, Coach, for Coach Carver's team here?
Well, if they can create some turnovers themselves and get some fast break points, easy buckets is what they need. They have been having trouble finding any baskets.
Good tight defense there. Forced to pass it is their star player, Quinn Kelly. And they get a rebound. They got a rebound, too. You can't let offensive chances. It resets. Kelly gets it. And count the basket for Quinn Kelly. He's got 19 points and 1 free throw coming to make it 20 with 2:16 left. 20 points for Quinn Kelly if he makes this free throw.
Quinn Kelly.
So he doesn't take the 3 there, but he has another opportunity at a 3-point play the traditional way.
I think it was a little quicker than Coach Aguilar wanted, as he makes it easily. Swish, because the clock just reset. They wanted to reset it, maybe take some more time, but they'll take a 3 any day.
I mean, up by 23 here in the first half. He has nothing to complain about.
Of course. Martin with the running lefty basket. He's got 5 points. Quick basket from the Mamaroneck, 39-18. But they're still losing to Quinn Kelly as he has 20 points for Rye. And the Tigers trail the game by 21, 39-18. Kelly has it. And Quinn Kelly from way downtown, back of the iron, no good. And rebounded by Shane Smith, pushing to Zucchini. Zucchini to Sharkazy. Sharkazy is fouled. He'll go to the line.
Charlie, Mamaroneck has this game today, and then next Wednesday they will face Mount Vernon, who started the season 4-3. But now, after winning 2 games in the past 2 days, scoring 102 and 110 points in a high school game against 2 teams from Canada, they're going to go up against the monster of New York State that is Mount Vernon. And if they think that they are having trouble against Rye today, they've got another thing coming when they have to face the now 9-3 Mount Vernon Knights.
And it doesn't help that Sharkazy missed those 2 free throws. Aiden French about to check in. He was coming in for Sharkazy as he was waiting at the table while the free throw. And that too is good. He's got 22. Says Quinn Kelly. Tommy Martin stays in bounds, and he'll get fouled by Matt Teppadino, and it'll be 1-1 for Tommy Martin.
As if we thought that the scoring by Rye in the first quarter was enough. They've outscored themselves here in the second quarter, 21 points in the second, with 57 seconds still to play.
1-1 free throw. Tommy Martin front iron, and it's good. He's got 6. 41-19. Mamaroneck's not even halfway to Rye's total. And with this free throw, it's good. They got 20, but they're still down 2 to Quinn Kelly. He's got 22.
Timeout Rye. It's a
Coach John
30-second
Aguilar,
timeout.
coach known for taking many timeouts, will take one right now, and it'll be 41-20, and he'll take his first with 52 seconds to go here. 41-20, first timeout for Coach John Aguilar of Rye, and they'll bring it up by 21, and they have the ball, and they run a play inside, cutting, and they pass it back now to Tepedina. Charge on Tepedina, his second, which is his offensive note there, and it'll be, wow.
Personal foul, number 1, Matthew Tepedino, his second foul.
Does this happen? It's exact. 35 seconds on the game clock, and the shot, so the shot clock's off, because that's the shot clock, 35. And Tepedino's out. Sharkazy back in. So French came in for 20 seconds.
Basically a defensive replacement there for Sharkazy to make sure he didn't get in any further foul trouble.
Although I thought Sharkazy, I have Sharkazy with no fouls. I have Plunkett with 2.
Yeah, man, I didn't think that he had any fouls either.
Does it?
Turnover number 11. I think we missed at least 1 or 2.
So we'll say 12 turnovers, at least 11, 12. And they can hold for the last shot. So when you thought you wouldn't give up any more points, Quinn Kelly has it in his hand as he turns it over again. 41-20. Quinn Kelly with 22, he goes. Crossover, nice moves by Kelly, and it's off the front iron. And Plunkett, no shot.
That's the end of the first half with the score, Rye High School.
And he shot it
41
after the buzzer.
score.
So 41-20 Mamaroneck, and we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Carver can come up with at halftime. And he'll have to dig deep to make them. Because this is a wrap. 41-20 Rye. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Steven Nastis. Our cameramen are Sean Kelly, Xavier the X-Man Campo, and Rob Moretti, who's also our LMC Varsity Sports producer, as it'll be the Tigers out of the locker room, and they missed their first shot, the 3. Zucchini, 41-20 deficit, and Rye will bring it up. Steve, what kind of halftime speech do you think Coach Carver gave?
Well, the one thing that you definitely have to try and alter in the second half is you cannot let them shoot clean shots from 3. You'd rather get beat 2 points at a time than 3 points at a time. And Rye lives and dies by the 3. You have to try and get them to die by the 3 here in the second half.
Coach Aguilar didn't even take his Rye team to the locker room. They just sat on the bench, and then when the cheerleaders were done with their performing,
That's a shot clock violation.
their halftime performance, they came and they shot about the 6th minute, but they didn't even go to the locker room as what can they do wrong? And even there, they took 35 seconds off the clock. So even though they didn't score, that was, I guess, effective possession when you're up 21. A long pass there as another turnover for Zucchini. Threw it away. Timeout, Coach Carver. He did not like that pass from Gavin Zucchini. He's not happy. Turnover number 13. And Coach Carver, you only have 2 left after this one. So it'll be 41-20. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Wow. Does Rye Mamaroneck forgets what basket Rye's shooting at and leaves right open underneath the basket was Thomas Flaherty for his first basket of the game. When it rains, it pours here in Mamaroneck. And another basket for Quinn Kelly. And this is getting embarrassing. It is, Coach is emptying his bench. He's seen enough. They're down 45-20. And this is not good, Steve. And that one's good by Plunkett.
Coach Carver has definitely seen enough from this roster, and he wants to empty his bench, teach these seniors a lesson, and get them playing better with more focus. They just haven't been playing with the focus they needed here today, down 45-22.
How'd you not know what basket they were shooting at under the timeout? Left the guy wide open underneath. All he had to do was put it in after you just called timeout. Quinn misses it, gets his own rebound, hits it out at the buzzer of the shot clock, and it's missed. That was a rare air ball by Quinn Kelly. Blocking foul on Rye. 45-22, we'll still get our full shift change.
Right foul number
Everyone
5,
out,
Troy
as
Egan.
they'll take all the seniors
Second
out.
on Egan,
And we'll
first on the team.
Aiden French, Ryan McIntyre,
The Gabe Tomczyk and Quinn Reevy will play the forward positions. I guess Gabe Tomczyk at the 2 guard.
It's a big 2 guard. We got a big lineup at least. Very big.
Mamaroneck had the size advantage coming into the game.
It hasn't mattered. And that one is a pass by Kelly. Nice pass. And then an assist for Quinn Kelly.
and Tepedino has his 11th and 12th points.
And it's 47-22. Plunkett, the veteran of the group on the floor. And thrown away. Rye getting turnovers no matter who's in for Mamaroneck. Kelly thought about the 3. Was still up 24-22, Kelly is. And he can't get the bounce. Although usually when you have that many points, you get that bounce.
Number 3, Ethan Renner, back in the game.
So Renner comes back in for McIntyre to try and settle things down from an offensive standpoint. That pass from McIntyre, if they were playing with more flow and better cohesiveness offensively, I would have liked that behind the back pass. But in this situation, that's not the kind of pass you're looking for. And definitely not what Coach Carver's looking for.
Just thrown away, another turnover. Number 16, and that basket is good.
Coach Carver
Tepedino.
can't really use a timeout because
He would only have 1 left. And
No, at
it's
this point, Charlie, he's just going to let them play and let them take their lumps.
49-22, big lumps. Indeed, and that 3 from the corner is missed by Quinn Reevy. Interesting shooting style from Reevy. And that one is missed by an out of bounds off of Rye. It'll go to Mamaroneck.
Yeah, Reevy shoots from back high up on his head, but he has always been a sharpshooter from the outside.
Number 20, Shane Smith, back in for the Tigers. Replacing Gabe Thompson.
he's going back to his youth days when he played with your son, right? Or,
Yes, exactly.
Jeez. Another turnover. This one thrown away by Shane Smith. Turnover number 17.
Reevy is 6'5", but that pass was meant more for a 7-footer there.
Yeah, Yao Ming could have caught it maybe.
Smith just got a little overzealous with his strength on his pass there.
And halfway through this quarter,
Mamaroneck has 2 points in the third. 49-22. Had almost as many turnovers as missed shots. They've had about 5 or 6 turnovers this quarter, and they missed the last shots.
and that 3 is good for Tepedino. Quinn Kelly's got 24, but Tepedino's
Having a game himself, and it's intercepted by Tepedino, and
Quinn Kelly has 26.
so the Rye is up 54-22. And Rye has their own snowstorm here in Palmer Gym.
A remarkable offensive display by the Rye Garnets here today, Charlie. It's been really impressive the way that they have executed on both sides of the ball. Mamaroneck has been just the opposite.
And that 2 by Quinn Kelly was off of Mamaroneck's 20th turnover. They scored a lot of points off turnovers, which is what happens when you commit 20 turnovers. They got a shoot. Reevy above his head, and he makes it! And the crowd goes crazy.
4-24.
Reevy, his first points of the season here at home at Mamaroneck's gym.
Youngsters have played hard when they came in at the 6-minute mark. The coach did not see what he wanted to see coming out of the locker room, as it was, again, bad
most of those guys haven't come back in.
Personal foul number 33.
You can see the look of shock and disappointment on Coach Carver's face right now as he just can't believe what he's seeing. His team definitely has not played this poorly all season long. Hopefully they're able to get it out of their system here today and come back stronger, because they have the toughest part of their schedule coming up with games next Wednesday against Mount Vernon, and then they play a home and home against Scarsdale, averaging 58 points a game, and then try to avenge a tough loss against New Rochelle before finishing up their season against the Mount Vernon Knights.
And the New Rochelle loss snapped. They started, 10-0? And that loss snapped their unbeaten streak. And another turnover, number 21. I think they were 10-0, and then they lost to Newrow at Newrow they were winning too.
Correct, and then they lost.
They were down at the end of one, and then they were up at the half by 8.
And then they had, I believe, a 9-point lead in the third quarter that they sacrificed there towards the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth, and then they just could not climb back into it.
Today, Mamaroneck never led. They're down 4-0, 4-3, and just poured on since then as Rye. Renner has it.
Oh, they call the offensive foul on Shane Smith.
On the elbow.
Setting the pick too hard. I really felt like that was a solid pick. He definitely had position. I don't think he extended his arms. I'll have to take a look at the replay to see.
I agree, especially down third. Well, that doesn't really matter, but Tommy Martin will come in.
No, but Charlie, to your point, down 30. They're not letting Tommy Martin in. That's they blew they blew the horn. They should have let him in. But I think that the referee did let the score affect that call. Up, down 30, I think he felt like Smith was just trying to get a piece of that player, when in fact that was just a properly set pick. Quinn Kelly putting on a clinic here against the Mamaroneck Tigers defense.
Some move by Kelly. .28 for Kelly. Mamaroneck just has 24, and 2 shots though coming as Kelly with the 28 points for Sharkazy. Sharkazy has 4 points.
Charlie, you hear about high school basketball players with super high scoring averages, and you wonder how do they even get to those scoring totals. Well, you're seeing a demonstration of how to get there by Quinn Kelly. He has just been scoring from every different spot on the floor, shooting threes from all around the arc, and then scoring inside with ease.
Jimmer Fredette, the former Knick, had 3,000 points, and some guy just broke his someone at his old school upstate, near Niagara, Glen Falls or Niagara, somewhere that high up, just broke his school record, and he averages 40 points a game. He's going to Cuse.
Good block shot there by Reevy.
He was also a quarterback.
Charge is the call as Sharkazy goes to the ground.
Gerard.
Number 1, Matthew Tepedino.
George.
Third personal.
JP,
Third.
And then if you brought up, the foul was the third on Tepedino. And stolen once again by Rye. The 3 from Kelly off the front iron, no good. That was for 30. That would have put him at 31 if he made that. In the corner, Tepedino, they get partially blocked by Sharkazy off of Tommy Martin. I'm going to stay with Rye. 56-26.
Three places Matthew Tepedino.
A little surprised that Coach Aguilar is keeping his starters in, up by 30.
Sending a message, as that'll be missed off of Ronnie. Although the point though, most of his guys play, I think he's used everyone maybe but one guy, basically, already. They used them in that first half. 4 seconds here, 3. Renner's got to pull up, he shoots it from a distance. It's an air ball, and it's 56-26. We'll be right back from the fourth quarter here at Mamaroneck High School.
Start of the fourth quarter, the score is 56-26. Rye with possession. Starters on the floor for Mamaroneck, with the exception of Quinn Reevy in for Gavin Zingini.
Reevy's look good. 2 points, couple rebounds. I don't think he's had any turnovers really.
And a blocked shot.
Yeah.
Quinn Kelly still in for Rye. Rye coach Aguilar has been rotating his players in and out. So that was
But he does have his two best players in, Kelly and Tepedino.
three-pointer for Reevy, just a little short. Kelly brings it across the timeline, and Rosenstadt has it, gets it into Mackel, and an offensive foul as Renner draws the charge.
I think it's Mackel's first appearance. Might have played briefly in the second quarter.
I think he did come in the second quarter for a moment, yes, Charlie. So we'll see what kind of scoring Mamaroneck can salvage here in the fourth quarter, down by 30.
Make the final score not look as bad as it is.
Sharkisy at 6'5", you would have thought would have had a better opportunity to dominate in the paint, but Rye was able to take the ball away before Mamaroneck really ever had an opportunity to get it to him and generate some offense in that regard.
He's led all Mamaroneck scorers with 8 points.
Unfortunately, Charlie, that's not saying much,
right,
as Kelly misses again from 3.
He's stuck on 28. He's missed 2 or 3 threes that would have gotten him to 31. Instead, he's stuck on 28.
Reevy with the rebound there, gets it into Sharkisy on the offensive side. Sharkisy has it knocked away by Kelly. Timeout called by Coach Aguilar. So we'll be back in just a moment here in the fourth quarter on LMC Varsity Sports. Rye with possession near the scorer's table. Kelly finally takes a seat with 6 minutes remaining.
28
Rafael
points.
Velasquez comes on. Good pressure defense from Shane Smith. Reevy still on the floor for Mamaroneck. Renner commits, I believe, his 4th foul of the day. Yes, that is 4 on Renner. Mamaroneck doubled up here, 56-28 with 5:56 remaining.
We'll see what the Tigers can do against what is all backups from Rye and all starters from Mamaroneck minus
Zingini.
Yeah, as Reevy's in for him.
Exactly.
So 4 of your starters versus all bench players and 1 sub.
Sharkisy with solid defense there and a block, but the ref calls it before the body.
Sharkisy, that's his first.
Shouldn't have. I don't like that call.
Number 23.
Yeah, so that was Sharkisy's first, so we had him right.
Yep.
Before they're just playing, I guess, I don't know.
Mackel at the line for 2. Steps into it and drains the first one. Well, it was a strong showing of support by the fans here for Mamaroneck and Rye. Rye being the neighboring town of Mamaroneck with Rye-Neck in between.
Which is where Coach Aguilar used to coach Rye-Neck about 5-6 years ago.
That is actually how Rye-Neck got its name. A combination of Rye and Mamaroneck.
Because it's right in the middle.
Exactly. Reevy over to Martin. Smith gets it into Sharkisy. He puts it in again. Getting Mamaroneck to the 30-point mark with 5:15 remaining in the fourth.
And they finally go ahead of Quinn Kelly. Past him as he has 28 points. He led Mamaroneck most of the game, had more points than Mamaroneck basically until now.
Long 3 from Velasquez, in and out. Sharkisy with the rebound. Renner comes the other way. They try and get it into Sharkazy. Tommy Martin for 3. Off the backboard, no good. Reevy with the rebound, no good. Sharkazy cannot get his hands on the offensive board, and it comes the other way for Rye.
Reevy looks good though. Nice rebound.
And a lay-in for
Sharkazy.
Gives Mamaroneck now 32.
He's got 12 points, but 6 of them in this fourth quarter.
Rye passes the ball around. It's Mackel with the 3, no good. Renner looks to push it up, gets it to Sharkazy. Sharkazy with the spin move, another spin move, and the left hand banks it in. Solid left shot from the senior center. I guess I should correct that senior forward. They play a 3-forward offense.
He takes the tip though.
Good hustle from Renner. Unfortunately, it goes right back into the hands of Jack Neve. Travers the call on Sam Poole. And Gage French subs in for Shane Smith, who will get a seat here with 3:30 remaining in the game.
French actually played for like the 30 seconds when he went in.
Number 15, Ryan McIntyre.
Ryan McIntyre now comes in for the senior co-captain, Ethan Renner.
I think French came in for a couple minutes too when they did that sub with 2 minutes into the half. He didn't like what he saw. He put all the new young kids in.
Mamaroneck trying to find a shooting opportunity. They get it inside to McIntyre. Shot is blocked, but a foul is called. So McIntyre will go to the line for 2. We got a glimpse there in the third quarter of what Mamaroneck's roster will look like next season, with McIntyre and Plunkett being part of the rotation this year. Reevy, Tomczyk. Chris DeVito was sophomore on varsity as well. He was out for most of the season. This is only his second game in uniform, as he suffered a concussion in the last game of the successful varsity football season.
He hasn't played yet though.
He has not played yet. He is just getting back into gear here in the basketball season.
He's not dressed though, right? He's not going to play though. He's not eligible, right?
He is dressed and eligible to play. Tomczyk comes back in now for Tommy Martin. Mamaroneck now down by 22. Velasquez, the junior guard, is fouled by McIntyre as he drives to the basket, lays it in after the foul.
15, Ryan McIntyre.
Only 5 team fouls.
It's his first.
First on McIntyre, so Rye will take it out under the basket. McIntyre just a hair late on that steal attempt, 3-point attempt. Good job by Tomczyk to box out the bigger Brian Lackney.
McIntyre grabbed the rebound. Now it's more backups versus backups here. With Sharkozy's still in there though, as he gets the ball now.
Sharkazy has it taken away. He dives for the ball, gets it back. Tomczyk through the hands of Sharkazy. McIntyre now shoots baseline. Does not get the rim. Rye with the rebound. 2:20 remaining.
Crazy angle.
He didn't have much choice. The shot clock was winding down, and he had picked up his dribble.
5. And it would have ran out anyway because he missed the rim.
Right. Lackney down low against Sharkazy. Reevy defending against Poole. Alters the shot and gets the rebound. Sharkazy for 3. Banks it in.
3-point basket.
Timeout called by Carver as Alex Verney, another sophomore on varsity, will check in here, most likely for Will Sharkazy. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Varsity Sports. A minute 45 remaining. Rye inbounds. Rosenstadt has it, brings it across midcourt, chased by Reeve. Velasquez gets it from Monahan, gives it right back. McIntyre guarding the ball. Verney switches up. Three-pointer from Lackady is no good. Offensive rebound. And basket from Rafael Velasquez.
Sharkazil finished with 17 points and 11 of those in the fourth quarter.
Almost another turnover, this time by Reeve as the ball is tipped away, but Rye steps out of bounds as they chase it down on the deflection.
Similar score. This was the exact score, well, minus 1 point that Rye beat Ardsley, 61-39. It's 60-39 right now.
Baseline jumper rattles in and out for Reeve. Rye coming the other way, and we are under 1 minute to go in the game.
It could have been a lot more, too. Rye took their starters out with
They took their foot off the gas a little bit in the
second half,
late stages of the third quarter, and it's been mostly reserves playing for Rye in the fourth quarter.
sprinkled with starters sometimes.
Great pass and connection, sophomore to sophomore. McIntyre to Alex Verney. Comes down with the pass like the offensive receiver he is in football. Also a sophomore on varsity for the football program.
So he becomes the 8th Tiger to score, Steve.
Velasquez splits the double team, gets inside for Poole, who lays it in point blank, and that will do it here at Mamaroneck High School. The final score, 62-41. Rye comes out victorious and is the champions of the 22nd annual Tiger Tournament. We'll be back in just a moment with post-game reaction here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to direct your attention to the area right part of the scorer's table for our awards presentation. Our first award is the runner-up trophy that goes to Mamaroneck High School for a fine showing last night. And a good effort here today. Let's have a nice hand for Mamaroneck High School. Our runners-up. And our championship trophy. Terrific two-night stand here for the Garnets. Let's have a nice hand for Rye High School. Our Tiger Tournament championship trophy. And now all tournament team. First of all, from Mamaroneck High School, Will Sharkozy. Congratulations, Will. Also from Mamaroneck High School, Ethan Renner. Congratulations, Ethan. All tournament. And our all-tournament team from our first place team from Rye High School, Matthew Tepedino. Congratulations, Matthew. And our most valuable player in our 22nd annual Tiger Tournament, not much doubt about this, from Rye High School, Quinn Kelly. 28 points in tonight's championship game. Congratulations, Quinn. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
So that'll wrap it up here from Mamaroneck High School. Charlie, just an absolute drubbing at the hands of the Rye Garnets.
Very disappointing game for Mamaroneck. From the get-go, they never had the lead and they trailed throughout and lost by 21. And it wasn't even that close. It was more like a 40-point game, and they got dominated by one player, Quinn Kelly, and Tepedino also had 17 points in the all-tournament team and the obvious MVP. for Quinn Kelly. More obvious MVP you won't be able to find, but for the tournament. And overall, just not a good game from Mamaroneck, and you just got to move on and forget about it. But you had to be pumped up for this. It was a big game. I mean, it got moved up to 3 o'clock because of the snow from the 7 o'clock start, and they just didn't come out like they should have. They were very slow from the get-go, and just Rye put on a clinic and really shot well and just showed. And they improved to 10-3. I'd like to see the teams they lost to, because they're a very good team, this Rye team.
One of the things that a coach dreads most is turnovers, because that's a lack of execution and a lack of focus and concentration. And there's really not much you can do to coach a team up to stop turning the ball over, except to tell them to focus harder and not turn the ball over. In addition to that, having a player shooting over the top of your defense becomes probably the second biggest thing that a coach dreads, because how do you really stop that? When you start extending the defense further out to guard him further out, that opens up the middle, and every time Mamaroneck tried to do that, that's exactly what happened.
Right, they didn't game plan for Quinn Kelly, or they didn't expect him to do that, and he did it easily, and they had more than about 25 turnovers. They had close to 30 turnovers, between 25 and 30, lost count. But although in the fourth quarter they didn't have as many, but they had more than 20 after the third quarter. And overall, I mean, no one's going to win games by turning it over in a 32-minute game more than 20 times. And to Rye's credit too, they scored off those turnovers.
So they've got 5 games left here in the regular season. 2 against Mount Vernon, 2 against Scarsdale, and 1 more against New Rochelle. The road does not get any easier. They started out of the gate with 10 victories. Then they went on a 3-game skid. They were able to recover and beat Alexander Hamilton yesterday. Then they fall to the likes of Rye here today. And now they've got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to finish out the season strong and go into the postseason with some momentum.
Yeah. Exactly, Steve. They're 11-4 now, and from here it gets even harder with those 2 games against Mount Vernon. New Row and Scarsdale's very good too.
Yes,
I think they drubbed New Row the other day, but they were up big early. And yeah, from here they just got to go back to the drawing board and get this out of their system as quick as possible, and basically burn the tape from this and not look at it again. And they're 11-4. They're still good, but 5 games left. You don't want to be 11-9 to end the season. You want to be. I mean, those 2 Mount Vernon games are going to be very tough to win. Mamaroneck hasn't beaten Mount Vernon in, I don't know, ever, like in a long time. And they could beat New Row and Scarsdale. So hopefully they finish the year with 14, 15 wins, and they get that 6 or 7 or 8 seed and get a home playoff game.
Right. They had so much promise coming into the season, so much more promise after the start. Now things starting to turn the other way. They've got to figure out a way to turn the tide. Well, that'll do it here from Mamaroneck High School. For Charlie McGraw, I'm Steve Anastas here on LMC Varsity Sports.